Hello friends, welcome to Jiku Diaries YouTube channel to review India vs Zimbabwe's first T20 international played yesterday at the Harare Sports Club. Well, in my preview yesterday I said that I expected India to win 5-0. It is not going to be the scoreline for sure. And the world champions, recently crowned World T20 champions, India, went down to Zimbabwe by 13 runs. Yes, Zimbabwe, who did not even qualify for the recent ICC Men's T20 World Cup, they thrashed India. Yes, 13 runs is still a big margin, and yes, they thrashed India by 13 runs. It was not that Zimbabwe were defending a total in excess of 200. It was a very low total. 115 for 9 was what Zimbabwe made after being put into bat by Shubman Gill, the new Indian captain. And their bowlers were brilliant. They bowled to the wicket, kept a wicket-to-wicket line, and forced the young Indian batsmen who have made tons and tons of runs in the IPL on flat pitches of India. They were found wanting. Added to their poor batting, some hitting straight in the air, giving catches like Abhishek Sharma falling for a duck in his international debut. Rinku Singh also falling for a duck. Though Captain Shubman Gill held the Indian innings together and had some hope along with Washington Sundar, he was bowled by a beauty of a delivery from Sikandar Raza. I had also mentioned about Sikandar Raza being the player to watch out for. Yes, Sikandar Raza is the most experienced Zimbabwe T20 international player. He can hit runs very quickly. He has played in IPL, and the latest team he played in IPL was for Punjab Kings, though he didn't play much of the matches this season because he was away on international duty. Zimbabwe were touring Bangladesh around that time. He bowled very well. His off-spin was very difficult to read, and it was not a pitch that was a 115 for 9 pitch that Zimbabwe were contained for by the Indian bowlers. Yes, the Indian bowlers were good to restrict them, but they did not get the support from their highly, much hyped young rising stars of Indian cricket. And this is the team that is expected to take the legacy of Rohit Sharma and company forward in T20 format. I know this is just one match. The team is young, inexperienced. They had 3 T20 international debutants yesterday in Abhishek Sharma, the opener, batting all-rounder Riyan, Parag, and wicketkeeper batsman Dhruv, Jurel. All have scored runs aplenty in domestic cricket, be it the T20s or any format. Dhruv Jurel also showed his potential in the test matches when he debuted against England earlier this year. But when it came to facing the inexperienced Zimbabwe bowling attack with only the experience of Sikandar Raza coming to the fore, Zimbabwe captain Sikandar Raza admitted to leading a young, inexperienced T20 side, which is going to be the future of Zimbabwe T20 cricket. They had good quality bowlers in Tendai Chatara, who took 3 wickets. Also, Wellington Masakadza, Blessing Muzarabani, he took 1 wicket. And of course, ably led by Captain Sikandar Raza, who took 3 for 25 to add to his 17 runs in a low-scoring match to win eventually the Man of the Match award. Nobody expected Zimbabwe to win, but then I also mentioned that you have to factor in the inexperience of the Indian team and also not take this Zimbabwe lightly. Yes, India are now down 5-0-1. It is not new. India under MS Dhoni lost a T20 international in Zimbabwe way back in 2016. It all happens. It is not the end of the world. But what is disappointing is the newly crowned world champions in T20 cricket have lost their first T20 international as the world champions, and that too to a side like Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe have to go through the qualifiers and gain qualification to the next T20 World Cup to be played in India and Sri Lanka. Okay, so it's 1-0 up for Zimbabwe. Their batting lineup though had inexperience. They had useful contributions against some of the experienced bowling attack of say Mukesh Kumar, Ravi Bishnoi, Khaleel Ahmed, Avesh Khan. Though Khaleel Ahmed went for 28 runs in 3 overs, Avesh Khan went for 29 runs in his 4 overs, taking the 1 wicket. It was Ravi Bishnoi who was outstanding with his leg spin. The Zimbabwe batsman could not read his variations. He finished with 4 for 13. Definitely a match-winning analysis, but Zimbabwe bowlers had different plans, and led by Sikandar Raza, they had Indian batsmen in too much of a trouble. It was just the poor batting of India, going for big shots, hitting straight to the bowlers, clean bowled, not showing patience, not showing that urge to stay on the wicket. It was like they were chasing 216 and not 116, that they went for shots right from the first ball. That was unnecessary. 116 in 130 balls at less than a run a ball, and definitely the odd boundary was going to come. But then this is what happens if you go for shots too early, and especially when you had so much to defend. Hopefully the Indian team will come back strong and square it off later in the second T20 to be played later today, 4:30 p.m. start. So, but then Sikandar Raza and his young team showed that they cannot be taken for granted. Zimbabwe did create an upset, even if it is against a second string or third string young Indian team. But this Indian team is full of experience at the T20, very, very vastly experienced than the Zimbabwe players. But then to add to their recent upset results, like the 1-run victory against Pakistan in the 2022 World Cup in Australia, 1 win each in Sri Lanka and in Bangladesh earlier this year in T20 internationals. They have added this latest win to their list of upset victories in their T20 internationals. So today's second T20 is going to be interesting. India versus Zimbabwe, how India are going to respond to yesterday's defeat and work towards squaring the series. It will be interesting. Until next time, see you, take care, have a good Sunday and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.